This video is brought to you by FanDuel. Sign up today and battle your friends in daily fantasy challenges to win real money. Sign up using promo code WatchMojo. Many teams have won championships, but only a select few dominated for extended periods of time.
For the third time in 6 years, the Blackhawks are Stanley Cup champions.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 North American sports dynasties.
You can never count out the Patriots when Tom Brady's in the huddle.
For this list, we're looking at those North American sports teams that won multiple championships and continued to dominate over a period of several years.
His team performed on a high level of professionalism.
While we do recognize the success of many college teams, including the Yukon women's basketball team of the 2000s and UCLA's Bruins of the 1970s, we are limiting our list to professional teams only.
Pushing their winning streak to 71 games.
And we would just race through it all, and then when it was over, Coach Woodley would just give us that nod and say, that was all right, and let's see what we got tomorrow.
Number 10, the 1980s Los Angeles Lakers.
Straight down the middle, still going. Oh! Highlight film!
The 1980s were a great time for basketball, especially if you were a Lakers fan. While the Shaq and Kobe era of the early 2000s was also an impressive period for the team, the 1980s Lakers can only be described as dominant.
Now, I feel good about the basketball team this year, probably as well as I've ever have about any team.
Commanded by the legendary Pat Riley, the team was led by legends like Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Nicknamed the Showtime era due to their fast break offense and their ability to entice celebrity fans, the Lakers finished first in the Western Conference for 9 straight seasons. Over the entire decade, they appeared in 8 NBA championships, winning 5 of them.
There it is, it's over, and the most valuable player is Magic Johnson. 42 points, 15 rebounds, and 7 assists.
Number 9, the 1990s Dallas Cowboys.
What a great and storied franchise the Dallas is, and how we need to get back to that, man. I just can't stand to see my team lose like that.
While the 2000s were a rough time to be a Cowboys fan, the 1990s were sure sweet. Led by Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith, the Cowboys won the NFC East 5 straight years from 1992 to 1996, winning at least 10 games each season.
The Moose is loose! The Moose is loose! Two Super Bowls, 2 and 2, baby, we're going! Back to the Super Bowl!
Their most impressive feat, however, was winning 3 Super Bowls in 4 years, including back-to-back victories over the Buffalo Bills in 1992 and 93.
Back-to-back, baby! Back-to-back, baby! Back, baby! Cowboys back-to-back in the house!
Also impressive is the fact that during their 3 Super Bowl seasons, the Cowboys won every playoff game by at least 10 points.
Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
Number 8, the 1980s Edmonton Oilers.
It's Wayne Gretzky coming around from behind that and shooting.
When the great one's on your team, you're probably not going to have much trouble winning a few games.
There's a new bunch on the block in the National Hockey League, the Edmonton Oilers.
The residents of Edmonton, Alberta were pretty happy in the 80s, as the Oilers won 5 Stanley Cups in 7 seasons, with Wayne Gretzky leading the charge.
Gretzky stops, shoots.
The 83-84 team was particularly impressive. They won a league-leading 57 games that season and scored 446 goals, at an average of over 5 goals per game. Gretzky himself scored a ridiculous 87 goals in 74 games and put up 205 points.
The Oilers have won the Stanley Cup!
Yep, 205 points. And that wasn't even his highest scoring season. During their 5 Stanley Cup winning seasons, the Oilers went an incredible 78-20 during the playoffs.
The Edmonton Oilers have won it again!
Number 7, the 1980s San Francisco 49ers.
Everyone's communicating, everyone has confidence and believes in each other.
Sometimes all you need is a brilliant coach and a once-in-a-lifetime quarterback.
Jerry Rice, he's got it! 20, 15, 10, touchdown 49ers!
Of course, the 49ers of the 1980s also had a suffocating defense and Jerry Rice. But when you think about the 49ers dynasty, you immediately think of Bill Walsh and Joe Montana. San Francisco won their first ever Super Bowl in '81, although they never would have gotten there without the catch. An iconic play where Montana hit Dwight Clark in the back of the end zone to beat the Dallas Cowboys. 49ers won 4 Super Bowls in 9 seasons with Montana as quarterback, including back-to-back titles in 1988 and 89.
And that's it. The game is over. San Francisco has won Super Bowl 23. Jerry Rice, the hero for the 49ers.
Number 6, the 1970s Pittsburgh Steelers.
We had a lot of people that were great players, but they were very individualistic. And Chuck somehow kept us all together on the same page.
Remember what we said about a coach and a quarterback? The 1970s Steelers were led by legendary draft savant coach Chuck Noll and Hall of Fame quarterback Terry Bradshaw, with help from the dominant Mean Joe Green. And those guys all helped the team win 4 Super Bowls in 6 seasons, including back-to-back titles in 1974-75 and 1978-79.
There it goes. Another one. Pittsburgh has it. They recovered it. The Steelers have won it. They had a great one in Super Bowl 10. This was even better.
From 1972 to 79, the Steelers won the AFC Central 7 times, thanks in large part to the playoff king Bradshaw and the dominating defense known as the Steel Curtain.
No defense frightened opponents the way this one did. I mean, I think opponents were worried to the point of losing sleep the night before facing the Steeler team.
Number 5, the 2000s New England Patriots. Another legendary head coach-quarterback combo. Bill Belichick and Tom Brady led the Patriots to 3 Super Bowls in 4 years between 2001 and 2004, an incredible feat in the salary cap era. What makes the Patriots even more impressive, however, is their longevity. After Brady took over as starting quarterback in 2001, the Pats won their 3 Super Bowls in 4 years, finished with a perfect 16-0 regular season in 2007, and proved the dynasty was not done yet by capping off the 2014 season with a win at Super Bowl 49.
And the Patriots have their 4th ring.
Spygate and Deflategate notwithstanding, the Patriots are a true modern-day dynasty.
Oh my God! We did it, Josh!
You did it, bro. I love you. I love you. You're the greatest quarterback in the world, man.
Number 4, the 1990s Chicago Bulls.
MJ, top of the circle, against Russell. Michael hangs, fires, score!
Don't we all want to be like Mike? The 1990s Bulls were a dynasty in the truest sense of the term. With arguably the greatest basketball player ever to step on the court wearing number 23 and Coach Phil Jackson behind the bench, the Bulls managed not 1 but 2 incredible three-peats, winning their first 3 consecutive championships from 1991 to 1993, and the second between 1996 and 98.
After a 2-year absence, the Chicago Bulls have regained the NBA throne.
With other dominant players like Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman also donning Chicago jerseys, it almost seemed unfair to the rest of the league. Who knows, if Michael Jordan hadn't taken a 2-year holiday to try his hand at baseball, the Bulls might have won 8 straight championships.
It's been a long road. It started from scratch. I had a lot of support from my teammates, from my family. I'm just happy for the city of Chicago. I'm sorry I was out for 18 months, but I'm happy I'm back to bring a championship back to Chicago.
Number 3, the 1950s Montreal Canadiens.
Here's Lafleur. He scores! Lafleur! Lafleur putting Montreal ahead.
With 24 total, there are more championship banners hanging from the rafters of the Montreal Canadiens arena than any other NHL team. By far.
They score! Lafleur! And the Canadiens win the Stanley Cup.
The Habs are no stranger to dynasties either, with the 70s squad taking 4 straight Stanley Cups and finishing the 1976-77 season with a staggering 8 losses only. But how does the team coached by Toe Blake and featuring future Hall of Famers like Jacques Plante, Dickie Moore, Doug Harvey, Bernie Boom Boom Geoffrion, Henri Richard, Jean Beliveau, and Maurice the Rocket Richard not win?
One of the world's finest athletes scores his 500th goal. The season ended, leaving the question of whether any other hockey player would ever score 500 times in National Hockey League competition. The Rocket is undoubtedly a superstar.
Montreal made the Stanley Cup Finals every single year of the 1950s and won a total of 6 times, including 5 straight from 1956 to 60.
And the Montreal Canadiens race out onto the ice.
rise to congratulate rookie goaltender Ken Dryden.
Number 2, the 1950s New York Yankees.
Yanks 3, Dodgers 2, 7th inning.
Another team with a rich history of success. The Yankees have had several teams that could have made this list, including the late 90s, early 2000s squad led by Derek Jeter that won 4 World Series titles in 5 years.
Hit a long way into the wind by Derek Jeter, and just like that, the Yankees are out in front by 2.
But it's the team managed by Casey Stengel that included legends like Whitey Ford, Mickey Mantle, and Yogi Berra that we've deemed the most impressive baseball dynasty. Starting in 1947, this team won 6 World Series titles in 7 years, including 5 straight from 1949 to 53, which remains a league record.
And the Yankees are champions. And look at Barrow, piggyback riding Bob Cazala. The Yankees for the 4th consecutive time.
They closed out the decade with 2 more championship wins in 1956 and 58, making them one of the most successful teams to ever play the game.
While the Yanks are happy they had to do it the hard way again.
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
And the San Antonio Spurs with tough defense. And Tim Duncan.
A pass to Nystrom. He scores!
Cincinnati 3-2 and have now taken a commanding lead in this World Series.
The Packers have defeated the Cleveland Browns for the championship of the league.
Number 1, the 1960s Boston Celtics.
And time has run out, and the Boston Celtics have done it again. Another jewel.
The Boston Celtics won 8 straight championships beginning in 1959.
It's not just a helter-skelter. That's the important thing. They're organized.
Let that sink in. Led by Red Auerbach and his cigar, and Bill Russell, the Green came out on top in the finals a total of 11 times in 13 seasons, thanks to a stellar team effort.
And he falls. And the Garden is going crazy.
The Lakers suffered the most because of the Celtics' dominance, as Boston beat Los Angeles in the finals 7 times during those years. Due to the changes in sports since that era, it's highly unlikely we will ever see a team dominate a league in any sport the way the Boston Celtics did during the 1960s. And that's why they're the greatest dynasty of all time.
Final score, a decisive 122 to 103. And the man of the hour is Bob Cousy. Who else?
Do you agree with our list?
Some are good, some are better.
What do you think is the most impressive North American sports dynasty? For more exciting top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
All these type of things go into it that mean that you have to move outside yourself and think about others.
This video is brought to you by FanDuel. Sign up today and battle your friends in daily fantasy challenges to win real money. Sign up using promo code WatchMojo.